Another day, another Japanese car on the dyno. Today I am joined by a Suzuki Ignis Sport. Now I was kind of excited to get this car in. You might be surprised by that because I think I did a little bit of Suzuki Ignis bashing in another video recently. Not these. This is a really cool car. This is a Suzuki Ignis Sport. It's not a homologation car. A lot of people see this and they think, oh, is this like a 106 Rally type affair where it's got a homologation FIA plate on it to allow a model similar to this to do rallying? No, this isn't that. I thought it was, but I've learned this morning it's not. This is a celebration of the success of the Suzuki Ignis in the JWRC. The car they used for homologation in that was based on the 1.3. This is Suzuki going, you know, we did really rather well in that. Let's make a road car to celebrate. And no one bought one. But people who know cars, people who know their little cars, their little quirky, funky, proper petrol-head people. Not people who go, oh, look, a Ferrari. People who see one of these in a car show and go, I know what that is. It's got fishnet headrests and they're yellow. They'll know what this car is. And for that, I respect this car. I'd put this into the same little category as 106 Rally, Fiat Panda 100 HP, Yaris T Sport, Nova Sport. Do you remember the Nova Sport? Everyone thinks Vauxhall Nova GCE or GSI. Think about the white Sport from before that. It's that kind of thing. I really like these, so I've been looking forward to getting this on here. The Ignis Sport normally has funky Enco wheels. Unfortunately, these are not present on this car, and it has these Mazda 2 wheels, but that does give you the option of bigger tyres, apparently. They're slightly wider rims. But it's a shame, because those wheels, the standard wheels, look so cool. So does the body kit, actually. I quite like this. No, I'm not doing it. I didn't buy one of those Brabus Smart things. I'm definitely not doing it with one of these, although I do quite want one. It's also a killing machine. Apparently. That was fun, strapping that on. It's been driven down a long way from another country by a man called, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Ewan, I would guess, looking at that. But it's spelt this way because he's from Wales, so that in turn could also say Jeff. But no, thank you to Ewan, I'm guessing your name is, but possibly Ian, I don't know, for bringing this car down, because this is cool. It would only be cooler if it was yellow, which is a shame. It's not. It has a 1500cc twin cam engine, though the cams are so close together, I almost thought that it was a single cam engine. It's a 16 valve, it weighs about 900 kilos, just over 900 kilos. It should have around about 108 horsepower. And I think this could be quite, well, I've heard good things about these. People who know cars have written good things about how these things drive on the road. They are a bit of a driver's car. And one day I'd like to have a go in one of these, because I mean, at one point I was almost thinking about buying one, but it was a bit too yellow for me. So I'm keen to see how this will do, because the owner tells me that these are known for overproducing on dynos, i.e. the manufacturer held back a bit. Now that wouldn't be like Japan, would it? So I'm wondering, will this thing be in the 106, 107, 108 region, or will this be another one of those that goes soaring like the 106 Rally did, the Series 2? That ended up about 10 horsepower over what it was supposed to do. I hope this does well, because I want this to be one of those sort of well-kept secrets. So under the bonnet we have this 1500cc twin cam engine. As far as I know, I've spoken to the owner, I know nothing about these cars, so I'm taking his word on this. Not shared with any other manufacturer. I didn't know if it was like the same as the 1500 that you'll see in a Daihatsu or Toyota or Mazda or whatever. No, apparently this is a Suzuki engine. That bodes well, because I think Suzuki are pretty good at engines. Other than that, 1500cc, twin cam, they are very close together. It's a square engine. No, I don't mean it's a box, I mean it's a square engine. 78mm stroke, 78mm bore, although technically 78.1mm, but it is a modified engine technically. It's got an induction, I say it's got an induction kit, it doesn't. It's got a cone filter on the air intake pipe, on the standard air intake pipe, and it's got this, which is kind of having a go at feeding air at it, but I don't really think that's going to feed much air at it, to be honest. But it'll make a nicer noise. It's also got a noisy exhaust, so it's going to give all the burrs on the rollers, but it's cat back. It's not going to make any difference to performance again. So I have to put this down as a modified one in the modified class because it's got that cone filter, and we've seen on other cars cone filters can make a big difference, but in reality on this car I don't think it is. It's probably just bringing the noise. There's an aeroplane going over that sounds like a fart. A long wet one. The perks of living near an airfield. Yeah, so other than that, no, nothing else to say. It's a standard engine. He enjoys driving. He says it's a lot of fun. Surprisingly quick to 80. This is one of those cars where the book figures probably don't tell the whole story. It's probably a lot more fun than it suggests on paper, and the looks would suggest, although the body kit is quite funky. But otherwise, it's a fairly sort of humdrum square little car, and people would think, that's nothing special, but it probably is. It's probably a good laugh. So yeah, in good health other than that, as far as I know, although it does have a warning light on the dashboard. ECU light, we don't know what will happen with that, and it doesn't matter that the ABS lights will come on when the car leaves the dyno. They always do if they've got ABS, because it was on when it went on the dyno, so it doesn't matter. I don't know what tube is about. I mean, has this got internet? Broadband? Oh, tube, as in tube. Okay, I've just set this thing up on the dyno to sync the revs and the speed and everything like that so it records properly. And I need to drive one of these because it feels like it would be massive fun. I mean, all 5 gears are pretty much the same gear. How much are these? You can get them in blue, right? Anyway, make your bets. 108 horsepower is the book figure. What do you reckon? VVT, 1500cc, 4-cylinder, 116,000 miles on it. It does have a warning light on the dashboard, but we'll ignore that one. Otherwise, it feels pretty happy and healthy. So, Suzuki people, will this beat the book figure? Write it in the comments. It's good for my algorithm. Okay, so my system has changed, right? So I had a setting. John from Auto Shenanigans was here yesterday playing with the Shenanawagon, and you'll have to watch his video to see what happened with that. But I changed the dyno, and now it automatically puts the result on the screen without me clicking it. So all I have to do is walk up to it, which we can do now if you want to know the number. Do you want to know the number? Let's walk up to it. The graph is looking good. Oh my God, it is good. Yeah, okay, so he suggested that does happen. Yeah, it's quite known for these cars. It appears we have another Daihatsu Syrian situation, or, hang on, Peugeot 106, or Citroen Saxo situation, where the book figures are not, well, they're quite often beaten by the reality, if that makes sense. 103 horsepower at the wheels. We're going for the corrected figure. This is what we use for our board. That's 6,700, and my God, that's a lovely graph. Oh man. Okay, so I'm going to need to drive one of these. So that compares to the book figures. Thusly, how long have I got to stand there holding this? Have you seen them all? Right, I can get rid of them. Yeah, so that is, that's great. That's just great. There's nothing bad to report. I mean, it's a shame it couldn't keep going, isn't it? I wonder if that's a restriction, if they deliberately held it back. Because it kind of looks like the engine would be capable of carrying on. Or it could be, maybe the cams aren't quite there enough. But it does have variable valve timing, but looking at the torque, I think that's probably to give it mid-range rather than anything at the top end. Now I hit the limiter as well, so that's the rev limiter. So it suggests as an engine, as a unit, that's got more to give. So I expect Suzuki Ignis people who've got one of these that is mildly tuned probably drive around with a massive smile on their face. Right, it's time for run 2, and I'm going to film the clocks, as someone in the comments asked me to the other day. I thought, yeah, run 2 from now on. We won't do another shot of the outside, we'll do a shot of the clocks, so you can see what it does. So these are the clocks on a Suzuki Ignis, and there ain't much. There's the 2 that matter, and the one that matters a bit more in a slightly different, well, there's an absence of colour. So I'm going to do it inside the car. When I move my hand, it's going to go silly because the sun is beating down on me. Ready? Sorry, you just have to live with that. Right. So we're going to set the dyno. Will it work through the window? Yes. And the fan? Yes. Right. I'll put the lights on for you. Indicators are right, because it's a Japanese car that didn't sell out to the masses. Right, so here we go then. Second gear to get it moving because it's very short gearing. I pull from 30 miles an hour. I like to give it, everything right from the bottom. A lot of places won't. They'll just go from the top just to see what the peak number is. But I like to find out what it's doing all the way up. So we're going to start biting now. Now I'm flat out. It's a happy car, this. It's also a very noisy car. It's noisy. Some people ask why I blip the throttle every now and then like this. It's to give the water pump a bit more velocity, get the coolant spinning a bit quicker so the fan works its magic a bit more. And also because it sounds quite fruity. Right, let's go and have a look. This thing just rolls forever. There's like no restriction on it at all. Power losses are about 10 horsepower at most. I'm ready for you. That sounded really creepy. Why is it in 1300 horsepower, that graph? Yeah, it's gone up. 115.3. 109 pound-foot. It's not doing me any favours. Gone up again. Do I keep going? Normally I do 3 because that's when it starts to come down again, but it's still going. 116.4. Getting a little squirrely in the middle there. Does have an engine management light on, so it could be telling. Shall I go again? Oh, I'll go again, and if it does more, then I'll just come back and tell you. If it doesn't, then I'll cut to the end bit where I conclude. Well, no, that went back down again, 115. Technically, I suppose that third run was probably a little bit sus because it had a little bit of a kink. But at the same time, I like this car, so I'm going to let it fly. 116.5 out of a car that's supposed to have 108. This isn't abnormal. People with these cars, apparently in their little ownership circle, I imagine that is quite a small ownership circle, have all said that they quite often do a little bit more than they're supposed to. Because, as I say, it's unlike the Japanese, to not be honest about power figures. What a happy, fun little car that is. I need to drive one of these. So, yes, thanks for watching. Now you know the power of a Suzuki Ignis Sport. I'm off to browse the classifieds for yet another car to take over my life that I don't have time to work on or do anything with. Thanks for watching.